Hello and welcome back. In the last section, we did considerable work on the navbar using Bootstrap CSS classes. And at one point, we actually saw that the navbar went into this color. It actually took this color here, okay? And it is primarily because of the fact that the navbar, the nav class here, the navbar class was having a light background here, and it was having the class of bg-light, okay? So what I did was I went ahead and removed this. Okay, and after that we started getting the color of our choice. Another thing that we saw was that the hover was not appearing properly. That was primarily because I had actually clicked on the select and I was going over each of those elements, so it was not taking effect at all. Okay, and once I deselected, the hover was seen, right? And the next thing I want to do is this particular search bar right now, I feel it's slightly smaller in terms of the width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of that input element. So let's go in here, and after right at the end, I'll just say size is equal to 40. I think that should be good enough. Yeah, I think that looks better. Next, we will shift our focus to actually designing the logo of the brand as it's called here. So right now, if you see, we don't have any brand name at all. It just says navbar for now. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and actually design a logo and also import a particular image for that. So let's head over to the source code. Go to the source folder, okay, and in here I will create a new folder called assets, okay, and inside here I'll have another folder called images, and I'm going to go ahead and copy a few images from another folder of mine. So let's go ahead and open this in Explorer, okay. I'm going to drag this down here. So right inside here, I'm going to go ahead and copy a few images, right? Specifically, I'm interested in this image because I want that to be part of my logo. And the next thing that we want to do is start including the logo, or enhancing the logo, so to speak, okay? And I'm going to go in here, get rid of the navbar, okay? And inside the anchor tag, I'm going to have an image, and before I can go ahead and include the image here, I need to import that as well. So I'll say import logo from, I'll go one level above and another level above, okay, into assets / images. And I'm looking for this particular image here, okay, super. And then I'm going to have an image here, image, okay, and I'd rather not have a closing element. I'm just having a closing element here with a closing tag, and the source for this is going to be the logo. All right. Let me close it with a flower brace, and it has an alt name. Let's say brand logo or something like that. Let's say logo. So let's see how it looks like. Oh, it's not looking pretty at all right now. What we're going to do is we're going to define a custom class for this, for styling. I'll say class name is equal to logo, and I'm going to go ahead and go inside here and create a class for that as well. So let me go ahead and create a class for logo. Okay, super. And in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new class called logo, CSS class of course. And this one is going to be position, let's say position relative. Okay, and I'm going to have a width of, let's say, 60 px. Okay, let's see, Super. Already it's looking nice. Also have a height of 60px. Okay. Alright. Super. And I'm gonna have a border radius of, let's say, oops. I'm gonna have a border radius 50%, so it gets a rounded look essentially. Okay, that's looking good. And let me give it a padding of 4px. Let's have a border of 2px. 2px solid. Okay, and let me give it as, say, orange red. Orange red. Okay. Alright, yeah, it's looking nice. And what else? Also give it a background color. Background color of, let's say, actually, how about primary navy? Primary navy. That look good? Not really, right? So how about we reverse this? So I'm going to have a primary navy here for the border. Okay. Gonna go ahead and make the border primary navy. Okay. And the background color are as orange red. Yeah, that's looking nice actually. Okay. And let's also give a margin right. Okay, and say margin. That's gonna be 4px. Okay. Maybe we can have some more margin, I thought. We'll see. In case we need more margin, we can definitely do that. So this is for the logo, and let's see what else can we do there. Okay, and we'll also have a label right next to the logo here. What I'm going to do is right after the image, I'm going to have a label. Okay, and I'm going to call the label as our brand name, which is Indie Cafe. Okay, not bad, but you can style it better as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to style the label. I'll usually style some of this stuff, but before that I'll go ahead and style this label. Some custom styling, of course. Style within flower braces. And well, so just say font size. Font size, okay. That's gonna be, say, 14px. Font weight, of bold. Okay, not bad. Color, I think it's already primary navy, so I don't have to give anything. And we already have a cursor here. I don't be specifying that either. And inside here, I want to style the label itself, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these two characters in here, I and C, inside a span. And let's see what we can do there. Okay, so before that, that's one thing I want to do, and then I also want to provide an egrave here. Instead of just the E here, I'm going to provide the egrave. I'll replace E with, let's say, ampersand, E-G-R, okay, egrave, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, super, that's working. And next, I'm going to actually include a span here in between I. Essentially, I want to separate these two, okay? So I'm going to include a span here. This has to be inside that. Okay, this is going to have a class name. Right, and I'll call that logo label or something like that. Okay, lack of better expression. Logo hyphen label. Okay, so now I'll have to go ahead and define it here. Let's go ahead and do that. Logo hyphen label. Okay, and what we will do right now, I'll just go ahead and define a new font size here. Let's say low font size for both of them, only those two characters. I'm going to increase it to 28px, so it's going to give us a raised look. Okay, let's see. Yeah, super. That's what I wanted, and I think that's looking pretty nice actually. You can also keep a hover for this one. Maybe we can try a hover. Let's say logo, not logo, hyphen label and hover. This is gonna be transform, translate. I want it to, let's see what happens here. Translate. Why? Well, this is just an experimental stuff that I'm doing, so in case it doesn't work, I will go ahead and annul that. However, nothing happens actually. I wanted it to essentially do a little bit of movement, but apparently it isn't happening. Alright, maybe important, person important. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove that. I don't think it was intended anyway, so it's just experimental stuff that I was trying to do. Can we keep a, let's say for the nav brand itself, we can probably give that some more spacing on the right. I thought, not this, just this one. Okay, let's try that actually. So I'm going to say dot navbar hyphen brand. Okay, that's going to have a margin right 16 px. Didn't work, didn't do much, right? Yeah, this is the one that I was talking about. Navbar hyphen brand. Okay, if I remove this, is it gonna be important, gonna help here? Percent important. Don't think it's making any difference at all. Okay, so let's get rid of that then. Okay, so here we are. We have our basic navbar. Okay, it is quite responsive as well. So if I go in here, it gives me this particular drop down, and when we go into let's say mobile mode, let's say go to Pixel 2, it looks like this. And if I go to, let's say iPhone 10, this looks like this. Essentially it's giving us a nice view here. Okay, it's looking pretty nice actually. Pretty happy with how it's turned out. So next we will go ahead and focus on the next component, which is the main component and the footer component. And those should be fairly quicker in my opinion, because navbar took a lot out of us in terms of focus and intensity. The next few ones should be quick enough, and we'll go ahead and do that, and then post that we can use the layout component to build our landing page. Let's take a pause here and come back and then look at the next couple of components.